So good evening, everybody, wherever you are connecting from. Many people are in Dubai, others are in somewhere in, I think in Philippines, people are sleeping right now. In Vietnam, people are sleeping. We have teams over there, but we are getting more teams from places like Pakistan, everywhere. We have guys who are coming in from India. I have a big team that is beginning in from India, and I can tell you guys, whatever we are into today is something amazing. The entire Africa is connecting. The only company I have seen with momentum where all the top leaders are connecting. Do you know the good news? I saw my brother brother Scott shared the updates. I hadn't checked them, but 800,000 people have joined this company in a space of just 1 week. Can you imagine this? Do you know why I believe it's true? My own team, in 1 week, we have registered 650,000 people just in 1 week. Now imagine tomorrow what will happen. So we have plenty of other teams that are all over out there, and things are happening. So what I'm going to do right now, allow me share a few things before we move forward. I'm trying to get one of our business partners. I want to see if he can come in, but he seems to be a little bit occupied in another Zoom. Anyway, when he comes in, we are good to go, but let me see if he comes in. So let me share very fast here. And we first look at something before we go anywhere. We need to look at something. When you look at how this company has designed itself, then you get to know what they have. Now look at this. This is where we begin from. And I'm trying to unfold. Okay, so this is unfolding. Now you see this website. Most of you don't usually go to it. Build your independence. It's called independence. But we want to look at one of the major products that I see my sister Nora is excited about. When I was coming, I reached the airport, and some people looked at this phone and asked me, what type of phone is that? If I had told them that it's a phone with SIM cards, I would be stuck at the airport. They would say, no, you cannot enter with it. You have to pay license and all that. I would call it taxes. So this is one of the phones that the company has brought out. And most of you have already seen it. The phone that is going to be minting what we call crypto. It's going to be minting our LFI coin token. And guess what? Most of you are not aware yet, but it's a phone like your phone. Someone asked me, can I use this phone on WhatsApp? Can I call my friends? I said, yes, you can put in a SIM card. You can do everything. You can take photos with this phone. Everything about the phone is just listed here. You get it? Whatever you want to see is here. Look at the features of the camera, 64 megapixels. I need you to look at this. Look at the kind of picture, the capture this phone does. I know people who are so serious when it comes to pictures. Look at this. Look at this kind of picture. And actually, this is not a lie. I tried to take some photos with it. Look at this, what we call triple captures, plenty of captures. Now, night captures. Capture the light even at night. You hear the word. Now, these are some of the specifications. Those of you who know phones, this is the only phone you're going to have, and no one can be able to hack you. You know, people who love hacking, you cannot hack this phone. It is more of a VPN on itself. So according to what I heard, this company is likely to create the biggest VPN in the world, protection for people's data. It's one of those things, much as you can make calls and all this, then you do the biggest thing, the node that has been put in here for minting. You can also have more than a phone. Some people said, okay, is there anything else? Because this phone can only mint for you at least a maximum. You can fill it with around 1,540 worth of CLFI to mint. But if you want to mint more, if you want more to come out, it's like saying, I have a bus, I have a taxi, I have what I would call it, what we in Africa, we have things known as a tuk-tuk. They are there on the coast. We have things like Okada. They are there in Dubai and in Nigeria. Look at this. This is like now beginning to own a booster. Now, as you go on and watch this, all of them have how much you can mint from them. You see all this? All this. Now look at this, the XLF5 validator. These are all machines that the company has put together. And do you know how much they produce per day? 2,500 are being produced per day. If you went to see everything, you can go and check on our website, and then you go directly to the guys who are building. You see this? You go and see everything you need. All the building, everything, all the technology has been put here. Now that you know all this, let's go and look at something that most people are not yet aware of. The coin that we are talking about, this token, guys, I want to show you something. You see, companies out there are looking for what I would call community so that their tokens can begin working. This company is not just looking for a community, because our CLFI token, if I go and look at it right now, you'll be surprised the volume it's doing in 24 hours. I need you to look at this. Just within 24 hours, you'll be amazed. Do you see this? 36. You see today, this is 36 million in just the last 24 hours. So it's doing between 36 to $50 million. This is brutal, guys. And it's already trading at $1.7. 1.7. So tell me, where has the community boosted this yet? Yet they just started coming in last week. So you want to tell me this coin just jumped up? No, it's a healthy coin that everyone can come and be a part of. Forget things of dumping. Forget things of just people playing with something and then it just goes down. No, that is not going to happen. So because all that has been fixed, now it's the best time for us to look at the real opportunity. Let's look at the real opportunity right now. I'm going to share again, and then we look at it in a space of just, I would say, very fast. I'm not going to read so much of what is written in here, but we're going to look at the facts, especially for those of you who love seeing some numbers. You love numbers. I'm going to show you some numbers at the moment. When it comes to reading, I'll send you this presentation. You do some reading. But let's go to some facts, which are very key for everybody. And the facts are very simple. We want to know, where is the company concentrating? These are the things we need to look at. The concentration of the market is very key. 4 sectors have been identified. Number 1 is the smartphone, accessories, and the hardware sector. We are coming in there. Number 2, we have the blockchain and the crypto sector. Are we together? Then we are looking at the education. These are all the areas this company is saying we need to attack because of the potential they all have. And then finally, for those of you who have been in the industry, you know something known as direct sales and affiliate marketing. This kind of sector is I would say it is replacing all the billboards that are out there. Did you know that? All these ads you see on TV, on radio, are being replaced by this. This sector actually is having the right salespeople out there, and they're being rewarded. So companies are saving plenty of money in funny adverts, and they are having what we call direct sales people going out there to explain the concept. So let's look at the smartphone concept. First of all, what is the market potential? 2022 alone, these are not just figures, guys. I want you to look at this, then you look at the potential versus what we have. 657 billion in 2022 was registered just in the area of smartphones alone in just 1 year. But if you see how many phones were distributed, 1.2 billion phones. Now ask yourself, how many of these phones out there can actually make for somebody money? None. I know none. I went yesterday, I was at the mall, iPhone. I checked the line that was there. Then I asked myself, what's wrong with these guys? And then someone told me he even slept there so that he could be among the first people. But by the time he got there, he found people already seated. I said, are these guys idle? They are waiting to be the first people to receive the iPhone 15. And I'm like, what's going on? So I talked to one of the guys. I said, how much are you going to buy the phone? Then he shows me the amount. Then I asked him, what if I showed you a different phone that actually makes for you money as you make your calls and you take some of the best photos? And this guy is looking at me saying, is there a phone better than iPhone? I told him, yes, there is one. I was lucky that I was holding one of the phones. I showed the guy the phone. He takes some photos. He's from China, actually. He looks at it and I tell him, these ones, we are having a factory in China that is producing them for the rest of the world. He couldn't believe it. And before I knew it, the guy is like, can I even buy it right now? I said, yes. And I told him how much, 770 euros. He looks at me. He said, it is this cheap? Now hear the word. It is this cheap? So later we shared details and everything. I told him, but the only way you can buy it is if you do an early registration. Do an early registration, then you go and do the buying. And yesterday, when I was checking a few minutes ago, I discovered that there is a person from China. When I sent a message, he told me, bro, I have already registered. I want to buy this phone. The only thing he's coming for is a phone. He didn't even look at anything to do with networking, nothing. He just wants to buy the phone that mints. Now look at this. The blockchain that we are into is 13 years old. That's why the company is saying we cannot neglect what is big. The entire world is trying to understand the blockchain. It is so big that crypto is just a tip of an iceberg on it. In its whole capitalization up today, well, I know it did over 3 trillion, but let's leave what went down. At the moment, we know it's at around 1.1 trillion. We have close to 400 million people that have engaged in taking this crypto space to 1.1 trillion. Now, what does that mean? That as the blockchain era, we come into a market that already has numbers. Already there is a client who knows crypto. 400 million people. I don't know whether you're getting this. 400 million people already know about crypto. So what does it mean? That us rolling out a new phone to them will be very easy. Now, plus the 1.2 billion that are also out there waiting because they also have smartphones. The 1.2 billion were not the small, we are talking about smartphones, meaning there are other phones that were rolled out. So the company is saying, much as we have these phones that are smart, we want also to create another phone. That's the good news that I have for the people who are saying 770 euros is too much. There is a very small amount the company is looking at because the CEO says he has been in Africa for some time. He thinks he can have a phone which is between 30 to 50 euros for the other markets in Asia and Africa. And to me, that's a good thing. Now, that's what they call producing for the mass market. We are going to be a very brutal market, I can assure you guys. Now, look at this. Education. Did you know, guys, that people are so hungry for learning today? These are things you look at and you're like, really? Yes, it is true. During lockdown, people interfaced so much with the internet and they discovered they could actually learn for free. I have a platform where I kept learning. And when you see how much has been collected just from the learning section, 399 billion. Imagine that much. So we are looking at a sector that has a potential of 6.3 trillion, and we are coming into that space too. So that means there is something happening. And the question is, why are people opening up to learning? People are hungry. That is the truth, to learn. Jobs are disappearing. That is number 2. We have job opportunities reducing. People are seeking alternatives. That is something that we all know. Now, when we talk about the market that is been here, the direct selling market, when you go to business for home, you'll understand what it is. 329 billion. 2022, 329 billion. Do you see the potential of that market? So we are coming in directly into that market. Now, that is where the blockchain era is saying, I am coming with something amazing. I'm not going to read so much of these things, the vision, I won't read, most of you know them. We want to go and look at something, the value the company is looking at. Our values is to transform, that is number 1, to impact and enrich. This is very key. The community, if you look at it right now, you know, more than 500,000 people are within the launch. The company is actually launching, but from different areas. So now listen to this. Your life and the lives of millions are going to be impacted if you listen more and more carefully. So let's go to the products and services approved by the people. Do you know why we are saying approved by the people? Because the blockchain era is a DAO on itself. Those who know crypto, when we talk about DAO, we are saying what is this? This is something to do with the decentralized autonomous organization. Decentralized. We are not coming in with forcing people something. We decentralize. We give power to the people to decide and say this is what we want. There is not just controlling anyone. No, we are letting you decide on what you need. We are giving you an organization where you can make certain decisions and say this is what works for all of us. So these are some of the products that are ready in the system. Our technology products, we have the minters, we have the phones, we have the digital services like the QuantiWise. This is coming to be active on our NFTs because it's going to be like a bot that is going to be helping us on the trading in the system. More is coming. We have the education and e-learning, which everybody is going to be grabbing. Now, look at the excellency that has been collected. If you go out there today, you want to find out whether our assets are real or our name is known. LioTrade is one of those exchanges. L-Bank, we have a wallet coming up. BitForex, Bitmat are the places where the tokens are already trading. What about the news? Go to some of the most important platforms like CoinWire. You go to Crypto Potato, go to Coinpedia, MarketWatch. All these ones, international business, they are talking about LFI. I know most of you have Binance. Go into Binance. Just go in. Go to the news area. Put in LFI. You'll see the news. If Binance, as the biggest exchange today, can talk about the innovation, then you know that these guys are not playing games. So the LFI, being the provider of the product, it decided to partner with the blockchain era. These now became partners. We have three things in one. For those of you who have checked your back office, we now have 4. You need to check because the company said more products are going to be coming, but you'll be logging into all of them with one ID. That's why we have what we call my blockchain ID. You see, we have LFI, which is purely the provider. When it comes to the product, this is the provider. Then we have the blockchain era, which is purely the community thing. This is where the community is coming in. And we have my blockchain ID coming with all the software, coming with all the technology. Are we together? Now, look at what these guys are doing. Innovative blockchain solutions. That's what they're coming to do. They're building already on what is existing. That's why it's a layer 2 blockchain. Solution for mass adoption. Everybody is out there trying to do a mass adoption in the crypto space. They are failing. There is nothing that has been created. Everybody is saying we are going to do real estate here, and we are going to do things like, what did I see? Well, tokenization I know is coming, but people are talking about things in the area of crypto adoption that are not real. They're not realistic. Now, this company is saying, we want to find what is existing, then we don't change people's way of lives. We bring something that everybody can actually hold. And at the end of the day, everybody will have access of our coins with them. Do you know what that means? That is usability, guys. That is usability. So if you're smart, what do? You begin looking for LFI. You begin looking for CLFI. These are the tokens that we have in our system. Now, this is our CEO. Some of you saw me with this guy in a photo. I was with him in the office. He has over 20 products that are being enrolled out right now. More than 500,000 people are being launched at the moment. 180 employees. This is a company that already has employees, 3 offices. All the news, like I said, is all over. And let's look at 2 things. We are trying to create a change from what has been happening to something new. I know most of you have had mining, the old way of creating cryptos, how coins come into existence. But today the world is saying, let us go and do something which is environmentally friendly, something that is doable by anybody. You can just buy a minter, put it home, put it on electricity, and let it have some data. At least 10 hours a day at least 20 days a month. That is all they're asking for. And you'll be having your coins coming in. You don't need to create big computers known as rigs. You know, mining rigs are so big. So that's where we are saying there is a change that is happening, and we are doing what we call a hybrid minting protocols through the cloud. You can come in and mint through the cloud without even having the physical machine at home. So some people are saying, do I have to have the machine? No. You can also log into our cloud, buy space within the cloud, and you've been minting. All you do is log in there, pick your tokens that you've minted, and exchange them. Are we together? Convert them. So this is something that you will be enjoying, printing money as the word itself. So you can buy a virtual machine. We are saying virtual machines here, or you can buy a hardware from LFI. So there are people who are saying, I need both. I can have virtual and also have the physical. Then what do? When you buy the machine, people were now making a mistake. I need you to learn this thing. When you come in and let's say I'm buying a virtual machine of 110 euros or 330, it means now I need to add collateral there. You buy it and give it fuel, or buy something which is bundled. Are we together? I need this to be understood. There are people who are coming in and they put in 330 euros and then they go and chill. They say, oh, I'm not seeing my coins. How come they're not coming? Everybody that comes with money, we need to advise you. This system has two sides. There is a minting machine and there is the power to mint. These are two different. The power to mint is our CLFI token. You start to mint CLFI, actually, or LFI. Both of these tokens are minted. So there are 3 steps. Buy the machine, give it fuel, and immediately get the tokens. Once you have the tokens, then you can go and withdraw. How much can you remove? At least 60% can be removed. 40% remains for liquidating your system to give you more fuel. They are helping you keep the tokens by force. So where do you take them? If you want to withdraw, go to LioTrade and convert them. Go to L-Bank, go to Bitmart, go to Bitforex, convert these tokens to what you want, USDT, whatever. And by the end of this year, we might have even more than 10 exchanges where this token will be listed. Are we together? So in every crypto, there is something known as the difficulty, which comes out of the minting process. Difficulty means that there are blocks that have been created. You hear things like Bitcoin halving. Every 4 years, Bitcoin halves. The difficulty becomes higher. It means that the coins coming out keep reducing. Are we together? The people who came in to mint or to mine Bitcoin in 2018 were receiving more compared to today. Are we together? The guys who came in 2009 received more Bitcoins. So Bitcoin is about to enter another run. Another difficulty is coming. There is something going to happen. Less Bitcoins will be coming through, but the value will be different. So those who are coming in right now, each time you buy a minting machine, just know it's going to be valid. The first days are 1,080 days. So they go reducing because every 2 weeks in our system, the difficulty changes. Every 2 weeks, the difficulty changes. So what does it mean? That you need to come very fast now, because this moment we are having more coins come out of the system. I know you might come when the coefficient is at 6.4. You'll be receiving less coins, but at a very high value. Today, I can mint 1 Bitcoin and it comes out at maybe $25,000. Yet before, I could mint many and they come out at $1. So it is up to you. The earlier you come faster, the better. That's how crypto is. You're lucky that the company has just unveiled to the rest of the world. So connect immediately. Now, these are the licenses that we have. Look at them, guys. Beginning with 110. What you see in green here is the virtual machines, the licenses, plus also the hardware. What you see in white here is the fuel. I want to repeat this. The fuel, the power needed for you to begin minting. For every amount you put in a coin, I mean in a virtual machine, it means you can actually fill it with ×2. But you can start as little as 10 euros. If you buy the machine today at 110, take it home, it's virtual. Of course, you are not taking it home, you can log in, and then you can load it with a minimum of 10 euros, the maximum of 220. I don't know whether someone is getting this. If I buy one of 5,500, it means I can load it with a maximum of 11,000, but I can start with as little as 10. It is valid for at least, the lifespan is almost 4 years. Are we there? But you are given at least 2 months, 2 months when you buy your virtual machine to at least load it with at least $10. I don't know that someone is getting that. The maximum you can buy here is 1.1 million euros. Are we there? You can also buy the booster itself. This is known as the minting machine itself. So this is what happens. When you get the hardware plus the virtual, what have you done? You have boosted your production speed by 10%. So some people just have the virtual. Others have the virtual minter plus the physical. Everybody with the physical, it means your production has gone up by 10% every time it's producing. Now, some people are saying, okay, all I want is the hardware. That's all. I can have as many as I want. You buy a hardware of 220, you see? It's cheap. One of 440. Then you can load it. This one is already a boosted one. You load it and it will give you at least 10% extra in terms of production. Are we there? Now, what are we doing here? We are creating a community. We are also saying you can come in without any community concept. Go home, buy your machine and sit down. But some of us love joining the communities. There is something happening when you join the community. The company has put money aside. There are bonuses. Everybody wants to pay someone who comes out. We are employing people free without an appointment letter. All you need is to connect and you start making money. Go to your communities and tell them the company has phones. I am going to sell these phones to you. Do you know how many people are selling phones in this world of ours? And how much have you showed your friends a good phone? If you go to iPhone and you see the referrals they have from friends who are using iPhone, you won't believe it. So many people are connecting people to iPhone. Nobody is being given even a coin by iPhone because they think they already have a market. Now, these guys are changing the concept. They are saying, yes, the phone is like any other, but if you refer a friend to us, we shall give you some commissions. Even the minters themselves, even on the minting, the tokens that are minted, there is something you get because you have come in and built a big organization. How do we start this? We look at the payments that are coming through. There is a distribution. Almost 70% of the commissions you make from the referrals, you can withdraw. You bring it out on USDT, but 30% can be used internally. You want to send some money to a friend who wants to buy a minter, you have money in your back office, you can send at least 30%. Are we together? The withdrawals are done, and once they are done, you can have between, I would say, 15 minutes to 12 hours of money arriving, depending on how much you've withdrawn. If you withdraw anything less than 10,000 euros or USDT, USD, it will come in your wallet within 15 minutes. If it is above 10,000, give it at least 12 hours. That is how you can push. But according to the system, you can even withdraw $10. Are we together? Now we have bonuses for the people who are good salespeople that are happening. 72% payout. I have never seen a company that will do this much in payout. So why can't we come and camp here and get all this money out? We have direct sales, which are between 10 to 15%. We have unilevel bonuses that go up to 15. We have rank bonuses, which are going up to 2. That 2% means that every volume that I gather to hit a certain rank, I am given 2% of that volume. All of it, whatever volume pushes me to a certain rank, I have a 2% there. We have the infinity bonus, which goes up to 23%. Then we have the matching, which I will explain to you. This one is amazing. Then we have the house bonus, then the retreat bonus. So let me explain. the ranks that the company has, 14. These ranks, you can come in and start small and start going up. Right now, how many ranks have I done? I'm on rank number 5. I am headed to being an ambassador. And this I've done in a space of 1 week. I am a premier director right now. I'm headed to being an ambassador. And I can tell you, it's happening because we are not playing. We are not playing at all. We are here to mean business. So an example, someone with 5,000 comes in, you make 10%. And you know what happens? That is 500 euros. If you decide, that's why they are saying increase your direct bonus to 15%. How do you do that? In a space of 1 month, in 30 days, if you can only bring in 5 direct people, your direct bonus will change from 10 to 15. 10 to 15, guys. And I have already seen it in my back office. I can show this practically to people that I'm now on 15% because I did it in 1 week. Anyway, so anyone can do this. And I can assure you, there is what we call the dynamic unilever. Now, people are asking me, what is this? Dynamic unilever means that the company wants to pay you up to 15 levels. But in between there are people you brought in that are not active. Their levels are dead. So when the company is coming to do payments, what are they doing? They are looking for active. Your first 15 levels might have 4 levels that are not active. So what does the company do? It will kill those 4. It will actually compress them to go to the next. So you will discover that you've gone up to 18 levels because 4 were dead or 3 were dead. So it's being fair. You're not going to just stop on the first 15 with the dead ones that are in. No. If there is any that is not working, it compresses to the next. I don't know whether you're getting it. So don't mind until it gets 15 active levels. That is how you make the money in the system. Now, you can also unlock your system by having to be active. There are certain volumes that are needed, a certain turnover from first line till you have your 15 lines. These are the lines that you can see. And the commissions that are there vary, 5 up to 1% on every level that you're looking at. Then we have the active status. For you to stay active, the company is saying you need a certain amount of volume, at least, to be maintained for you to be active. And it gives you over 30 days to have this small volume. It's usually very little, very small volume. So everybody can actually stay active in this system. Now look at what I call the turnover that you make, the 2% on the ranking, 2%. And what is the rule here? The rule is very simple. Let people stay muted. The rule here is that you need to have 50% from one leg and another 50% from another leg for these ranks to happen, 50%. So what does it mean? That it's more or less a binary system. I'm saying more or less, meaning you can even run with 2 legs which are active. The only thing you need to qualify for certain ranks is at least to have certain directs. Even if someone came in with 110 euros, it doesn't matter. So you can have your 15 people directly sponsored by you, but you are running 2 active legs. I don't know whether you're getting this. The day you make 5,000, the company gives you 2%, which is 100 here. You make 10,000, they give you 2%, which is 200. Every time there is a volume, you have 2%. Now, the day you hit 60 million, the 2% here is 1.2 million euros. At this moment, in addition to this Elite Ambassador level, you are given a house. Did you know that? A house worth 2.5 million euros. The maximum they are looking at here is you becoming a royal ambassador, 500 million. This is nothing with what is happening. If we are in at the moment, it means it's possible to do this. We are some of the people that max compensation plans. I am one of the people that actually max them. I am coming here to max this. I don't care how, but I'm coming with a motive of maxing. So if I want to max, what else do you want to do? Because if I can tell you that I can max and you can hear these words, it's called associating with someone who has the mentality of maxing. So what happens to you? by default, you actually also max. It is that simple. Association and impartation, these are simple things. Don't associate with someone who is saying, oh man, I think this thing is so hard. I don't think I will even reach level 8 or level 6. Come on, throw those negative energies away from you. Look at the guys who are saying possibilities only. Look at only those people. So we have the infinity bonus. Now, this infinity bonus starts from the rank of chief director. Let me show you where chief director is. I want us to see this. Now, chief director is here. When you look at this chief director, this is level 3. That is where also the infinity bonus starts from. Someone asked me, what is infinity? This is the bonus that you're going to be making every time someone hits a rank. I will show you something here. Now, from level 5, let's say one of the people come in and hit this rank. These are people you brought in directly. When someone hits this rank here, what happens? You are already on executive director and someone has already come. You get the difference. Are we together? You get the difference. If the person hits this level and you are already in the system and one of your people has already hit the level 5, every time you go up, there is a difference. Every time you go up to 23. So by the time you're hitting Royal Ambassador, they deduct what you hit before and they give you up to 23. And when you're doing what we call active and qualified status, is having certain volume within 30 days. Within 30 days, a certain amount of volume is needed from you. Look at this, 300, 500, 500. All these are different for every level that you need. Qualified status, 2,000, 5,000. So this is coming from the team. Coming from the team. And remember, 50% is looked at for this activeness. 50% from one leg, 50% from another. Not just one guy is working and you're getting excited. Now, matching is very simple. The company is saying anybody that you sponsored, anyone who comes to your level, let's say you've hit the level of ambassador and one of your downlines comes and hits that level also. Do you know what happens to you? Immediately, all the volume that he has put together to hit that level, you make 10%. Every time someone finds you at your level, who is your downline, every volume they have put together, you are given, that's matching. The person has matched with you. Are we together? That person, when they match, immediately you have 10% of everything. I hope it's clear. So this matching bonus has that time. It's not there all the time, but it comes when someone hits. It depends how many people. If you get 6 people in your network and they actually match to your same level, that is 10%, 10% from all their volume. Do you know how much that is? So endeavor to help your downline to actually come closer to you. It's not bad. Help them. Every time they come closer to you, you're making money. When they hit your same level, you are in money. 2.5 million euro house, not the equivalent. I need you to understand this, not the equivalent, but the house. No one is giving you the 2.5 million euros in cash. They're giving you the house for only doing 60 million. Altogether, 60 million. And remember this 60 million, there is a rule, 50-50. Are we together? 50-50. So that means by the time you do 60 million euros, one team has done almost 60, they have picked 30. And another team has done 60, they have picked 30. So by the time you do this house, you've actually done sales of more than 120 million. I want you to understand this. That's why they are saying it's a 50-50 rule. Not you just having 60 million in your one team. No, it is 50-50 rule, 50-50 rule. I think that one is understood now. So luxury retreats, this is anyone can read this and understand. The company is giving you more on luxury. Now, listen to this. I told you there is minting happening in the cloud. The tokens that are pushed there, everyone who hits certain levels, you are entitled to how much is being minted. Remember, we have direct commission, which we make from the machines. Someone asked me, do I also make money when someone buys collateral? No. But this is what happens. When you hit certain ranks, the minting that is being done, I would say globally, or I would say the capitalization of all the minting that is done in the company, there is a share that happens to some people who are hitting major ranks. Become an executive director, you enjoy the pool that has been put aside for everybody. You become a senior ambassador. Now let's look at this, the bonus on hardware minting production. It's very simple. Executive director pool, that's where it begins. 2.5% on global minting production. All the production that is happening on global minting, whatever is being minted from all the machines that have been bought, you are entitled to 2.5%. And this reward comes in from everyone that has been hitting this level. So if you're 30 people at this level, whatever has been put in the pool, you all share. Are we together? You all share whatever comes out. So if you become a senior ambassador, you have two sides. The staking, which is being done in the cloud, and also the minting, which is being done in the equipment. Are you having this? There is the staking, which originally we said the company does not pay you commission for that. But when you become a senior ambassador, you begin enjoying a percentage of what is happening. Are we there? When you go ahead and become a chief ambassador, you still enjoy on the staking in the cloud and also what is happening on the minting. So all this money that is happening is ours to make. Ours to make. And the Supernode validator, they have hidden the money that we are going to be making here. It's a lot. So now that we have finished this presentation, I don't want to spend too much of our time. I just did it so that my brother Scott could pick it very well. I know he has been doing it out there. The more we do it, the better we receive this to do it for the rest of our people. So let me not even waste a lot of time. Let me call Brother Scott to only give some words of closing, and then we call it a night, okay? So Brother Scott, unmute yourself.
Wow, 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 wow. That was a great presentation from you, my brother. You know, we love you so much, you know, for what you are doing for us, you know, every day, teaching us about blockchain LFI, blockchain era LFI projects. We are so much excited about this project because we are finally involved in a real project that we can actually go out there and we talk to people about it confidently, you know. So thank you so much for that presentation. If you are joining this call for the very first time, I just want to let you know that you are in the right place at the right time. And immediately after this call, the first thing you have to do, go back to the person that invited you on this call and tell that person, thank you for introducing such an amazing project to me. You know, a project that has a real product. Because a few days ago, I told some persons on the Zoom call that how you know a real network marketing company is a company that has a real product. When you are involved in a network marketing company and that company does not have a real product, that means you are involved in a Ponzi scheme. That means you are involved in a Ponzi scheme, taking Peter money to pay John. That is not what, you know, LFI is all about. Our product here is a smartphone that you can, you know, just have it in your home, you know, and make money from the comfort of your home. Just what Mr. Benny already presented. You can have any of these minters in your home, and you can also decide to participate on the virtual one. Even if you don't want to have it in your home, you can just purchase the virtual one and you log in with your password and you are making money passively every day. You understand? So we have an amazing project that already changes so many lives. We already have a community of over 700,000 people, you know, involved in this project. You can see that the token is already on several exchanges, you know, which he already showed to you, is verifiable. So this is not one project that is based on hype or speculations. You know, this project is backed up by a real product that you can touch it. You can see one of our members earlier on. She was showing it to us that she already purchased that phone and she's enjoying it. So take advantage of this opportunity. Do not let this opportunity pass you by, because I always tell people, opportunities are like sunrises. If you wait too long, for sure you will miss it, and everyone else will be running with it. That is just the real fact. So we have a great opportunity that we can share with everyone in our world of contacts. Very, very important. You know, a few days ago, I also told people on the Zoom call that the number one selling point, if you are to share this opportunity with people, not too much grammar. Don't talk too much. The first thing you have to ask the person is, you have an iPhone in your hand, you have a Samsung, whatever device it is. The question you have to ask that person is, that phone, is it making you money or not? Once the person tell you that that phone is not making them money, then that means you already have a market, you already have a prospect that you are ready to share the opportunity with. You let them know that the LFI phone can make them money. So it's advisable for them to have an LFI phone than purchasing, Samsung or iPhone. Because sincerely speaking, ladies and gentlemen, if you have anything in this life, as long as that thing is not making money for you, even if you have a vehicle and you park your vehicle out there somewhere in your garage or anywhere, as long as you are not moving that vehicle, you are not using that vehicle for anything, you have a particular phone that you purchase and you're only using it to make phone calls, and it's not making you money. So, in a very, very simple explanation, anything in life that is not making you money, it is a liability. As long as you have a particular item in place and that item is not making you money, it does not have any value, so it is a liability. So there is no need of you, having such, products with you, as long as it's not making you money. So now we have a product that can make us money. So you need to turn every of your liability into an asset. So the asset which we have right now that you need to start dividing into and bringing people into it is LFI1. LFI1 is an asset because it's making us money. Every of our investors around the world, many of them already purchased this phone and is making them money from the comfort of their home. And that automatically makes it an asset. So your iPhone is not an asset. Your Samsung is not an asset. Every other device right now in the world, as long as we are concerned with this new technology that we have seen, as long as we are concerned, every other technology in the world right now that is not making you money, it is a liability. It is a liability, ladies and gentlemen. So as long as this phone is making you money from the comfort of your home, just know that you have a very special asset you are holding in your hands. So please, that is number one selling point. The number two selling point, every business has a niche. Every business has a niche and it has a market. It has a market that you have to go into. So this business, of course, is for everybody, but the major focus is the telecommunication industry. Share this opportunity. Whatever telecommunication industry in your country, wherever you are around the world, maybe MTN, Glo, or whatever, any country you are that, this is a telecommunication industry, go and introduce this phone to them. Go and introduce it to them. And definitely they will be ready to partner with you in this business. That is one major market that, you can actually sell this business to. So let us take advantage of this. Do not let this opportunity pass you by, because dreams do not work unless you do. Dreams do not work unless you do. And one of the greatest financial experts in the world, Warren Buffett, said, if you do not find ways to make money while you sleep, he said you will work until you die. Ladies and gentlemen, let that not be your portion, because it is the real facts. We have a technology here that can make money for us from the comfort of our home. We do not need to trade our time for money anymore. The worst thing that can happen to anybody in this life is for you to be trading your time for money from year to year. Because when you are trading your time for money, 9 to 5 every time, you don't have time for your family. You don't have a financial freedom. You don't have time for yourself. But when you have a system that is making you money passively, then you will have financial freedom and you will also have time freedom. So take advantage of this, because the foundational key to success, it is not sitting on the fence. It is not procrastinating. It is not analyzing, because the more you are analyzing, the more it will lead to paralysis. That is just the truth. So there is none of you analyzing, because it has already been tested that this phone is making money for all their investors worldwide. So it has already been tested and approved. So the foundational key to success, it is not procrastination or observing for too long. The foundational key is action. It's action. That is the foundational key to success. Action and decision. Once you take action and you decide that you are going to do this, definitely, the sky is your limit. So take advantage of this and you will not regret it. So thank you so much, everyone. God bless you. Over to you now, my brother. Thank you.
Oh, yes. Brother Scott has elaborated everything. I don't know whether my brother Asaf has anything to say. Every day we are learning something. And Brother Paul, are you there? Albert, you can close after Brother Asaf has said a word or two, because he is more senior to me on this technology. He has dealt with it much better than I have. But the game here is the capacity to get people to come to you and listen and buy the concept. So we might have people who explain it even much better. Brother Asaf is one of the best people that explains this concept, because he has done a similar project before. So he knows what we are talking about, and he knows the difference here. He can assure you that this is ready and polished and well done. It's innovation. We are not just reinventing the wheel. We are not creating something new. We are just reinventing what's already existing and making it better. So Asaf, a minute here, and we see whether there's something new you learned today. All right. You're unmuted. Brother Asaf, are you there? Or your sound can't come out? Unmute yourself. Unmute and in the interim, could I get Brother Paul so that I could close the meeting for today? All the way from Brother Paul, all the way from Philippines, our leader of Philippines. He's in Dubai right now. He's supposed to be in another meeting. I don't know that it has started, but I see him here. He's still on the Zoom. So, okay. So I think these people are failing to get on, but it's okay. We have done the presentation. We have understood. We are going to be communicating. I'm still trying to get the proper time for one of our business partners to be coming on the Zoom, because we want to make it even bigger. What our plan is to have at least 200, 300 people on this Zoom. Over 20, 30 Zooms are happening globally from different people. So whatever is happening is super and it's amazing. So this is how we are going to do it, guys. We shall be communicating our next time, probably tomorrow. I will let you know. In the morning, we might have a Zoom. That is 10, I think. Yeah, that is 10 our time, which is 11 Dubai. So the rest of the Vietnam and Philippines will be at a good time for them. So which will be, what time is it in Nigeria? It will be, I think, it will be around 8. Yeah, 8 a.m. Those who are early birds, then they can capture our presentation. So for now, guys, let's have a good night. I have recorded this. I'm going to share it with you, and you learn something. Thank you.